Hello, beautiful souls. How are you today? It's so nice to join you November 1st. I have some exciting news. As many of us on this journey, we are evolving over time, and many of our abilities are improving, right? That's been the whole, if you go back and look at any of my previous videos, I talk about the benefits of the solar energies coming in. It helps to align and activate that crystalline DNA. And that also activates the latent DNA, which helps to align the energy so that your abilities really come online. When I say abilities, I mean clair abilities. So my strongest clair ability has always been claircognizant. And that just means that information drops into my knowing. It's information that I get. I don't have any other ability to know it, really, because it drops in. That's the answer to my questions, to Source Creator, to the Ascendant Masters, to my guides. That's the answer that comes in. That's the way that it comes in. If I were clairaudient, it would be a voice that I would hear from that messenger. So I've asked for clairaudient just because I do run this channel, because Source Creator said start a YouTube channel and deliver the information that comes through. And it's so much easier to just listen. But I don't have that ability. What I do have is very strong claircognizant. And so some of our other ground crew members have clairaudient and they channel. And one of them was contacted with Source Creator and Mother Sophia's permission by one of the Pleiadean sisters, Merope. And she wanted to know if that crew member would be her spokesperson for the Pleiades, for the Pleiadians, as their moment in time, to really help us on a one-on-one basis, as a group basis, as a planet, as a collective, has come. And she declined. She, totally respect that decision. She's like, no, I don't want to have a YouTube channel. I don't want my face out there, whatever. So I said, hey, I already have a YouTube channel. I'm more than happy to do that. And so that began some very exciting and interesting and nurturing, honestly, conversations that has taken place with Merope. And so I'm kind of gonna go into, if you've never heard of the Pleiadians, kind of what that means, who are they, how they have helped us as a human race, and how Merope came to be she's been one of my soul imprints since I found out about my soul imprints. But she's just now stepping forward since I said, yes, I'll be one of your spokesmen people for delivering your messages to the collective. And so that is the purpose of today's video. I'm sorry, my earbud just keeps wanting to slide around. Technical difficulties, story of my life. Okay, so the Pleiadians are a benevolent space race. They have been around for millions and millions of years. We, as the human race on this planet, were developed in coordination with the Anunnaki and the Draco a very, very long time ago as a slave race to harvest minerals, mostly gold, or the Anunnaki. So they were not involved with any of that. They came on scene after. So they came on scene to help elevate humanity from the slave race we had been created to be, in order to set us up for success for a path of ascension. And that started about 7 million years ago. So some of the Pleiadian qualities are that they desire meaningful connection, and that's a strong heart connection, with themselves, source creator, and with other beings, other benevolent beings. They're highly creative and playful. They're astronomically creative and very artistic. They have a unique empathic intelligence where they're very, very sensitive to emotional frequencies. Divine feminine strength, they feel most at home when exhibiting their divine feminine qualities. Quality communication skills, they're very excellent in articulating and listening with verbal energy. They are strong intuitives, very intelligent, and have an unexplainable high intelligent intuitive capabilities and strong connection to Atlantis and Lemuria from past life connections. So roughly 7 million years ago, Pleiadians began working with humanity to improve our overall conditions here on Earth. And this was allowed because the Anunnaki and the Draco, they didn't break any universal laws when they created us as a hybrid race. But kind of what they intended us to do as a race was in violation. And so the Galactic Federation said, hey, we'd like some volunteers of some benevolent races that we can improve the DNA mix, the DNA blueprint of humanity so that they can ascend. And ascend just means that they can, as a being, raise their consciousness, increase their frequency, allow for the abilities to come online, that kind of stuff. So that's how the first contact began a long, long time ago. And it's been around my channel for a while. I've already mentioned it several times. My soul originated in off-world, but then Lemuria 1 was the first incarnation I had on this planet we call Earth. And so my incarnations occurred around the same time that they started to be, the Pleiadians started to be an active member of helping humanity. So there was 13 main benevolent space races that came together and donated the best parts of their DNA to improve our DNA blueprint. And that created our crystalline DNA. And this is a time when the Pleiadians volunteered and they lived disguised as humans with higher frequencies as the original light workers on this planet. We still have and have continued to have Pleiadians disguised as humans here on this planet working with us to have a constant source of high frequency, Christ consciousness frequency, so that it helps to offset it, especially before now. We've done an amazing job as a collective of raising our frequency. And I know it's hard to believe when you look at like anything mainstream media, whatever, but we really have. As a collective people, the percentage is vastly higher than it was even this time last year of the souls that are connected to Source Creator. They understand the bigger picture. This is not just a us versus them type of situation, even though that's how they really wanted us to think it was. And so it's been a constant upward trend for us. And we definitely have, Pleiadians are one of the, like I said, one of the benevolent races. We work with Arcturians, Lyrans, Andromedans, Pleiadians, Sirius, so Syrians. I'm sure I'll forget some. This is just off the top of my head. Anyway, there's several space races that contributed to us becoming higher consciousness beings, and we really do owe them a debt of gratitude. So the Pleiades star system is a collection of 7 stars. And those 7 stars are named after the 7 sisters who are the daughters of Pleione. And so the 7 sisters collectively are known as the Pleiades. And they are Alcyone, Merope, Electra, Maya, Tegeta, and Caliona. Merope is the only of the seven who did not marry a god. She married a lowly human. And so you'll see some artist renderings of six sisters with a seventh sister kind of off in the distance. Some people shunned her for that. And so that's the artist illustration of that, is that she's kind of removed. So she is the seventh in birth order, Pleiadian sister, and she's a Pleiadian soul guide and an intergalactic emissary. Merope's main talents are empathic healing, intergalactic, interdimension guide. And she's got flowing auburn hair and piercing blue eyes. She's very beautiful. So the Pleiades star system is in the northwestern quadrant of the Taurus constellation, at a distance of 444 light years from Earth. It's one of the closest constellations. I did make note of that God number, that angel number there, 444. So we connected, Merope and I connected on October 28th. We did our first Q&A. And so I'm just going to read through it. Here we go. This is Merope. The Pleiadians are very excited that this is their time to make contact. They've waited for a while. It will help to connect with so much going on in our world that doesn't make sense. The fact that there are so many Pleiadians here who look human will also come into play in the next time span. I'm not exactly sure what the next time span is to quantify that. I can tell you that is what she means from excited that this is their time. The Lightworker Gateway that started October 30th, it ends November 30th or thereabouts, is the Pleiadian Lightworker Gateway. And they are working specifically to activate and heal the stellar chakra, which is just above your soul star chakra. And so this is what she means by their time. They've been waiting. We've been having Lightworker Gateways activation roughly 28 to 30 days at a time. And it started back in February of this year. And it will continue until February of 24. And each 30-day segment of time was dedicated to a benevolent space race. And so this was their time. This is their month, November. And November is expected to be a very volatile month. And it's very synchronistic that Merope is the contact for the Pleiadians that I have, because number one, she's considered the fire goddess. I'm a fire sign. And she, Merope is known, the star system is known for being very hot and volcanic and transformative. And so it's a endings and beginnings kind of a place. And that's exactly where we're at, endings and beginnings. We want to let go of all the non-serving stuff, all the things that got us in a position where we felt completely disempowered and disconnected from source. And we want to start those new beginnings that give us our power back and connect it to source. So question one, this is me. Anything for the collective to do for this Pleiadian activation? Answer, yes. Say out loud, I invite the Pleiadian activation and contact. Say that. That is your consent. Activation and contact will give them consent, universal law. And she says, we sense who is open to contact and will really be receiving what activations are available. But if their requests are heard, this opens up more opportunities. So not every being is ready for every activation that is available. It's going to be on a case by case basis. When you say that you're ready for contact, that contact's going to come in your safe space. So for most people, that's going to be in a dream space. It might come in meditation. For some, it'll be in lucid dreaming. For some, it'll be when you're looking at the stars. It'll just depend. But once you say that, they really are here with us and they really are very, very in tuned. And so be looking pretty quickly. They may respond right away. Second question, with consent, will we have contact in third dimension? Answer, they sense a lot of unrest and discord in humanity as a collective because of all the chaos that people are feeling. We hope these activations coming through will help to minimize that, but also amplify the growth process, which is meaning increasing telepathy, clairabilities, and communication. Question, I'd like to compare and contrast the true threats from Pleiadian allies and other ET races that have contributed to our well-being. She says, I would enjoy that. Now I'm going to stop right here and let you know. There are many, hundreds, probably thousands, documented cases of contact, both civilian and military, over the last several decades. And some of them literally document that at some very top secret nuclear stations where you've seen these illustrated in movies, you know, like you got the big red button flashing and you don't want anybody to accidentally, you know, hit the button or arm the weapon or whatever. So there's been contact that's been documented that some humans who were going to exercise extreme power through weapons had them armed and they were all brought offline by ETs. Why? Because they don't want that. They're not going to allow nuclear weapons to be launched on the societies. They're not going to allow it. So everybody has free will choice, right? The Galactic Federation cannot step in and subvert these actions until they get to a certain point, a fever pitch, you might say. And so it's been documented that this has happened over time. Things have gotten superheated at different times. And where the human would have pushed the red button, the ETs stopped their ability to do that. And so when you have the military say they're a threat to our security, it really seems to be the other way around. And so I also would like you to open your mind to the fact that they can do that. They could have taken over this planet any damn time they wanted to. That is not their objective. Stop believing the BS. Okay, there are negative space races, but by and large, those have already been here wreaking havoc for a very long time. The benevolent space races like the Pleiadians have been mitigating that as best as they can while honoring universal law. And see, there's another disparaging point to make. The malevolent races don't give a crap about universal law. They break them all day long. They don't think it applies to them. They don't care about incurring karma. Kind of funny. We do, and the benevolent races do. We answer to a higher power. So it does get and down to the brass tacks. How long have they been helping us? A very, very long time, because there's been some incredibly powerful, willful, egotistical, very menacing people in charge around this world for a very long time that would have pushed those freaking buttons and caused monumental catastrophes for power and control, and they've been stopped. So ask yourself, who is really your threat? So that will be a forthcoming video. Some topics that we will cover, this is Merope. Some topics that we will cover: truth about galactics and helping humanity, the Pleiadians and their roles in assisting growth and addressing the misconceptions of alien races, lies to the culture. I, Merope, offer a Pleiadian perspective to all of your content, Nicole's content, and I humbly accept. Fourth question. Are Pleiadians playing a role in determining souls with good intentions for wealth transfer? Answer. Absolutely, yes. Now, if you don't know what the wealth transfer is when I speak about that, I'm talking about the reevaluation of currency. I'm talking about the digital wallets known as Lobster, wealth transfer there. I'm talking about Nicera and Jacera. Some of those things are going to be tied to an absence of government, but some are also tied to your intentions as a soul. And that's been hotly debated. I used to believe the hype of whatever currency you buy and you go to present for exchange, you get the all of the money. Like it's all yours. And then I thought, well, how is that going to be any different if we have seized assets from corporations, entities, individuals who have caused harm to humanity because of bad intentions? And then you turn around and where is the fail-safe to prevent other beings or even the same beings from becoming enormously wealthy during a wealth transfer because they have currency to exchange or because they have wallets or because they have bonds? Where's, like, this is my question to Source Creator last year. Gosh, before that. Anyway, and the answer was always that there would be off-worlders to determine the intention of the person at the exchange. And when I first heard that, I thought, well, that ought to be interesting. But I just let it go. Like that was the answer. And I just said, okay, we'll see. I'll let it go. Over time, it has come through several times, several different beings in several different ways that actually, yes, there are certain specific races that are playing a role in rolling out this wealth transfer. And that in every redemption center, bank, wherever you happen to go to exchange your currency, there will be someone who looks just like you and me, but they are Pleiadian. And they can tell before you even hit the door what's your frequency and what's your intentions with that wealth. They know that you need a med bed or not. They know how quickly you need a med bed. They also know all sorts of other things that other people have never even mentioned to you. And so they play an integral role. And so it should come as a comfort to all of us very good intentioned people who are a part of the wealth transfer, because we don't want to go back down that path. We don't want to have another situation where we have so many malevolent and nefarious actors that have all the money, right? Doing horrible things with their money and not helping those that really, truly need it. That's exactly what we don't want. And so this is a way that it has been planned to prevent that. So you may ask, well, what's going to happen if someone with bad intentions shows up at a redemption center to exchange their currency? And the best answer that I've gotten, and I've gotten it several times, is that you basically get a participation trophy. You're going to get some money, but you're not going to get all of it. And your currency is going to be taken. And that's it. You may or may not, depending on who you are and what you've done, may have some other visits with other people that you have to answer other questions about. So that's that. Moving on. I had another Q&A with Merope on October 29th. And so I do what's called channel writing, and it really bypasses my brain. These are not things that I'm sitting here thinking of and producing from my mind. It's a channel. And so I ask the question and the energy brings forth the answer and I write it. So it's channel writing. It's not any different than channeling verbally or any other way. You're literally writing the words instead of texting or typing or whatever. So my question is simple. Merope, what do you want me to know today? I am Merope. The shift for humanity is speeding up, and a huge thanks is due to your content and leadership. Thank you, Merope. We know it hasn't been easy, and you're always there doing another timely video for humanity. It's up to them, free will choice, to listen. And we know that weighs on you, but it is not due to a lack of effort on your part. Please know that. I'm going to pause right there and just say, yes, on a personal level, I do take it very seriously. I'm a little less in the weight of the world on my shoulders as I look at this image. It's the synchronistic moment, isn't it? I feel a little less responsible because it truly is your responsibility on what you want to take to heart and decide what to do with the information. It's up to you. But I do definitely do my very best to put it out there for you to have access to. This is Merope. We clearly want to see all light workers succeed because it brings unity, not just to the earth, but will propel unity throughout the galaxy. There are many cheering you all on. Making sure the collective knows and feels a level of comfort in asking us for guidance will go a long way in building trust and destroying fear. Your offer to tell the YouTube world our messages is priceless, and we value your efforts and energy so much. That is all for now, and we'll be in touch. I just want to say that when it comes to everything, like everything, healthcare, banking, government, religion, science, we've been lied to on a massive, massive scale. So I have to just come on, put on your thinking caps. What makes you think they're not lying to you about our alien allies? They have been taking from them as much as they could, literally. Anytime they can get access to technology, off-world technology, they have reverse engineered to the best of their ability things, usually for military industrial complex purposes. And so you really have to know, just know in your soul, like I do, that anything good, the MIC is going to invert for nefarious reasons. And I definitely trust my communication with my off-worlder guides, my ascendant masters, my angels, my archangels, source creator, way more than any living human being in a position of power on this planet right now. So they're definitely here to help us. And it's up to you on an individual level on what you allow and what you want to invite in. But I highly recommend it. And then today, we had a conversation today. Merope, what do you want me to know today? I am Merope. I want you to know we have empathy for the human collective in this now moment. The divide is more evident every day. There's much we can assist with positively in your day-to-day. There's still much fear for group contact, and we don't want any setbacks due to coming in prematurely. So I remind you to share that those beings who welcome our contact, our messages, and our guidance should just say out loud, I accept and welcome contact and communication with my Pleiadean guides, and we will come in on a level of their comfort. End of transmission. So again, I'm super excited to assist Merope and the Pleiadians in delivering timely messages to you. I hope that you are very excited as well. I want you to understand on a very human level, on a very spiritual level, all things are good here. Everything is spiritually sound and in connection, and with the permission of Mother Sophia and Source Creator. And so I look forward to bringing you more message from our Pleiadian allies. I hope you've enjoyed this message today, and I'll talk to you again later. Have a good one.